The National Anthem. Đề nghị quý vị đại biểu, quý vị khách quý cùng toàn thể khán giả đứng dậy làm lễ chào cờ. The National Anthem of Philippines. Quốc ca Philippines. The National Anthem of Myanmar. Quốc ca Myanmar.
So let's get you acquainted with our teams just to find out what exactly you can expect in the game up ahead. It's going to be a big battle here, as I did mention this earlier. And there's a lot to take from it. So let's find out as we get into, well, the game itself. We'll also get you acquainted with our officials for the day. Now that's the Philippines team. They've got a big task up ahead. Let's go with the Philippines first. In defense, it's going to be Olivia McDaniels, between the posts. She'll be assisted by Janae DeFazio and Long. She's also got Izumi Oka and Shinneman on the left and right wing-back positions. Bastion and Lemoran will take up midfield. Delamo, Quesada, and Chandler McDaniel will play up front, right behind Tollington, who will lead the attack. Our captains. And of course our match officials for today. Our main referee is Najaf Aliyev Asker of Uzbekistan. I will run you through our official list in just a little bit, but first up for Myanmar, Anit the bar, of course, it's going to be Mo Mien. She'll be assisted in defense with, well, Zun U, Piu Pei, and Mint. She's also got, well, Lin U on the wing. You got No Wai, Piu Win, and Kim Thun, who will be up front in midfield. A left and right wing backs will be San Tho and Win Thun. And right up front, of course, we have the main striker, and that's going to be Yu Kin. So our officials for today, our main official is Najaf Aliyev Asker of Uzbekistan. He's being assisted by Makoto Bozono of Japan. Wen Li of China is our second official. Kim Yoo-jong of Korea is our fourth official. Won Lily is our second assistant referee, that is. Our match commissioner for today is, well, Omar Nusri of Singapore, and our referee assessor Rintha Binti Ghani. That's Mark Gabriel Torcaso of Philippines. Mark Torcaso is the coach. If you do notice, of course, the number 10, Chandler McDaniel, and the goalkeeper, Olivia McDaniel, they are siblings. Incidentally, both of them are currently at the same age, and that's because, well, Olivia will turn 1 year older in October, and Chandler, of course, the next year. But they are at that very same stage where they're the same age. Yuki Tetsuro, that is the manager, the coach, sorry, of Myanmar, and we will talk about him as well. Has had, well, his day in the sunshine in his playing days, where he played for a couple of big J-League teams. Just waiting to get into the thick of things here. And into the action right here at the Lakchai Stadium. Remember, this is going to be the last day of the group stage. We've got, well, Australia under 23 battling it out with Timor-Leste. And if Australia under 23 win their game, and if Philippines win their game, it's going to be a tough choice, because then it's going to come down to statistics to find out who sails through to the semi-finals. Myanmar have pretty much already qualified for the knockout stage. So it's going to be interesting to see what exactly we can come up with as far as, well, today's game is concerned. Philippines are the defending champions, having won the previous tournament, and they will have to sweat it out here today to make it through. They're a solid team. They've got a good bit of talent in there, but it's all about how they battle, well, Myanmar. Myanmar and Philippines have met in the ASEAN Women's Championship on, well, 6 previous occasions, if I'm not mistaken, and Myanmar have won all of them. So it's time for the Philippines to shake off their bogey team in this very contest. Let's find out. Let's find out how we will get ahead with the game. But for now, it's back to, well, the action on the pitch. Here's Myo Mien. That is the goalkeeper of Myanmar. She's got it down to Lin U. Quick pass there. There might be a bit of movement, but missing out on it was Yukin right up in front. That's possession snatched by the Philippines. A lovely through pass. Moved down to the right flank. There may be just something in here. And it's Shinneman. Well, who did get it into the box, but a bit of a tumble for her. Well, let's not forget that at the end of the day, we do have, well, we got the DeFazio sisters too. Let's not forget, you've got Janae DeFazio, who's well, going to take that throw in. And then, well, her sister is on the bench today. So it's going to be a very, very interesting battle, as I said, and a very crucial one for Team Philippines. Of course, I did get a view of a couple of the parents who travel with the footballers, and it's going to be interesting to see them as well later on. Well, because I was just watching, and that's Metalis. Well, I think, well, her, I think her mom and dad are here. Well, her dad's got her jersey number on as well, the team number and name. And that's interesting, because normally you do find that with a couple of well, tennis players, a few badminton players, where when they're very young in their teens, their parents do accompany them. But sometimes you have really parents who are sports fans, and they're very proud of it when they are, well, when their offspring, you know, are part of a team and a national squad. So it's quite impressive. Corner opportunity very early for the Philippines, and they'll try to make the most of it. It's going to be Chandler to take it. A decent enough delivery, but that's, well, intercepted there by the Myanmar defense, and getting right behind it was Piu Win. Was just able to, well, stand in the pot, but here we go again. Last touch did go to the Myanmar team, which means another corner opportunity. Would have believed that Chandler wouldn't have to budge from that position. And here she is back again. Well, into the box. Chandler will restore it, but that's only going to hit the side netting, so no worries for Myanmar for the time being. If you just look back at a little bit of history between these teams, and it's, as I said, there's quite a past, and it goes back, you know, a couple of years, not just in recent times. So just to run you by that, well, list. So six occasions in total that the Philippines and Myanmar have clashed in the ASEAN Women's Championship. And it starts all the way back from 2011. That's straight back to Olivia, who will have it covered. So in 2011, Myanmar won 2-0 over the Philippines in the group stage. 2012, they won 3-0 in the group stage. 2013, they won 5-1 in the group stage. 2015, again Myanmar got the better of the Philippines, 4-1 in the group stage. And in 2018, 4-0 in the group stage as well. But in 2019, it was a different story. Myanmar, well, beat the Philippines 3-0 to finish second runners-up. That was the third place match. And what a comeback, of course, soon to be in 2022. The Philippines just coming really strong to win the ASEAN Women's Championship. And what a team that was. It was a really exciting team to watch. Now, a couple of those players still very much a part of this squad. You've got a couple of youngsters in there, but having said that, the Philippines have a lot to fight for here today, and more importantly, it's probably a matter of pride. Very early stages in the game to be calling anything, and you know, history might well tell us a story, but things do turn around, and that of course is the captain of Myanmar, Winthun. Let's remind you that the MSIG Serenity Cup 2025 will take a small little breather tomorrow, and that's for some of the teams to head back to home and heart. And soon after that, well, we do get to the knockout stage. The semi-finals will kick in on Saturday, and then 2 days later, on Tuesday, we'll have the finale and the third place match. And then next Wednesday, it's going to be a bit heartbreaking for a lot of us who have to head back. Haipong's been just a very, very hospitable place. Lovely people, you know, always ready to lend a hand. And once you get to know them, really, really good folk in this area, great food. Absolutely clean air right here at the Lakchai Stadium. It's been a joy being here, and the VHG Stadium also has its own charm. So Myanmar getting a bit closer, well, to the opposition's goal. It's going to be a throw-in opportunity. I don't think that well, I don't believe the Philippines would be too happy about that. Mei Min takes it. Plays it straight off her counterpart. Well, that's into the goal area, but Olivia McDaniel will have it covered. So not an issue at this point of time. Having siblings in a squad is always actually quite impressive, for the simple reason that there's a kind of sync or a kind of an understanding, you know, in siblings that makes it different. And I do remember one of the biggest twisters for me was in a club that I covered many, many years ago, where there were two Brazilian lads who were twins, Diogo and Diego. And it was difficult. They looked exactly the same. They ran exactly the same. One played as a left wing back, one as a right wing back. It can't get tougher than that. But here, of course, you've got, well, the McDaniels, you know, one plays right up front and the other is the last line of defense. So you've also got, well, the DeFazio's, Janae DeFazio does man, well, the defensive area. It would be quite amazing to see her sister come on board later. That, of course, is JC DeFazio. Well, that's going to be the first attempt on goal. Well, kind of, bit of a trickle there, and it's the captain who decides to make the call. So Winthun right behind it. Well, if you just dig a little deep here, you will see that it's been an easy start. I think both teams, you know, want to get ahead. Having said that, I did say this earlier, actually, the Philippines will have, well, one thing in mind, and that's to get through to the next stage, and they'll play hard. Will Myanmar take the foot off the pedal? Well, I can't really say that. We'll find out as we get through the game. And that's well intercepted there by Long, and that's Hallie Long. Gets it straight back to, well, the Myanmar keeper. No worries for Mio Mien. Well, no change in the scoreline, and don't be too surprised by that. It's very early in the game. Was just marveling at well, at the stadium earlier, because a lot of the times you think of so many, well, stadiums that do have, you know, artificial grass, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but there's always a joy if you're a footballer to play on natural grass. Well, DeFazio stands in the path there. She's done pretty well to keep that threat away for the time being. It was Yukin who was rushing ahead at top speed. It's a corner opportunity for Myanmar. They are going to relish, well, this chance. And stepping up to do the honors, it's going to be Piu Win. Well, that header will be kept away. Once again, it's the captain, Winthun. She's trying to guide that ball home. To be fair to her, she seemed to be well on target. I'll take it from here, says Olivia McDaniels. Well, she's got it covered for the time being. We'll get it straight back to DeFazio. DeFazio needs a helping hand. Who better to get it through than Long? We'll shift it to Shinneman. It's back to, well, Long. DeFazio steps in. And that's the captain, of course, Hallie Long. She's a very, very experienced customer, very talented, well, footballer. And, well, Myanmar just snatching possession. Well, no foul will be called there as play will continue. To be fair, it wasn't one, so I don't think referee Asker was too well concerned about it. And the long ball will go straight back to the Myanmar custodian. So Mio Mien will have it covered. And I think that that's really important. With both these teams here today, they will be very, very keen on the defense route. There's still a little bit of a scramble there for possession. You do know that Tollington is right up in front, awaiting whatever opportunity that she can find. And, well, I do believe Shinneman's going to let her teammate, well, do the honors. DeFazio will take the throw-in. She's got a good arm on her. Just returning the favor there was Long. Getting it back into the goal area. Well, that won't find its way through, but every little call that you make towards the opposition's goal, well, does matter. I do believe it was Lemorin. Well, it did get, well, that first shot on goal. Here's Winthun. Needs a helping hand, will get it back to her teammates. 59% possession for the Philippines, Myanmar 41%, 2 attempts from the Philippines, 4 from Myanmar. Well, Myanmar, for my money, haven't taken their foot off the pedal after qualifying. I'm sure they'll want to make it I'm sure they'll want to make it 3 wins in a row. Yes, McDaniels. Well, lovely pass up ahead. Just making sure that they're still very much with it. And that's straight into the goal area, but defended for the time being, and that'll be a bit of a wild effort. It won't find the target, but keeping the pressure on might just make a bit of a difference here. And taking that shot on goal, of course, was Piu Win. A lovely run earlier from Sun Thaw as well. Came down the right flank at a fairly blistering pace. That's pulled away from Long. Quick pass to the right flank there from Piu Win. And Mint decides to get it back. Well, the Philippines can just breathe easy for the time being. Well, just taking a bit of a knock there. I think straight off the feet of Piu Win. And that was Passion. Well, straight pass back there from Myanmar. Myanmar back in possession for the time being. And smartly played there to pull it away by Shinneman. And the throw-in will be taken by Lazumi Oka. Will be a free kick opportunity here for the, well, Philippines. Winton just getting a word there from the official. And it is the spot kick specialist, Chandler McDaniels. And that's straight over the target. Well, there's definitely an opportunity in waiting, and well, the referee just making sure that well, Pure Win, well, gets the leg treated before she can get back on. And Mio Mien just taking, well, the goal kick. 21 minutes in, there's been no change in the scoreline here as the Philippines battle it out with Myanmar. Remember, we are still not down to the knockout stages, and this game is a crucial one for Team Philippines if they have to qualify for the next stage of the contest. Keep in mind the fact they also are, well, defending champions, so this is pretty much their sophomore, well, contest in a way, and it will be interesting to see, well, how they emerge in this one. Well, still a scramble there for possession, but, well, Myanmar holding their own. And it's going to be, well, Lin U who will take the throw-in. Well, just a bit of a tumble there, but it's not going to worry, well, too many. And even as Passion does the trot back. Just got a view of Azumi Oka. She does play, well, down the left flank. Winton just playing it off the opposition, but to be precise, the opposition still very much in control. Tollington hasn't had too much of time with the ball. That's a fairly pacey run that we're looking at from Shinneman. Well, Shinneman just working away through it. Before that was knocked out by Yu Kin. Australia will get the benefit of that decision, there's no doubt about it. And Chandler McDaniel in a familiar position once again. Well, she is the spot kick specialist, so she'll take the corner. And that's put just past the near post. A bit unfortunate there. The Philippines, well, very good opportunity. Well, does present itself. We are going to get a view of it. Lovely delivery there from, well, Chandler McDaniel. Well, just placed it fairly well. There was punched away earlier by the keeper, Myo Mien. And to get the last touch of the ball, that was Oka. And that's knocked straight back into the opposition's, well, part of the ground. Right back at you. We'll say the Myanmar defense. It's been a healthy battle so far, so no worries at all. Throw an opportunity for Myanmar. Free kick opportunity will go to, well, Myanmar as Piu Win, well, gets ready to take it. And that's picked up safely, or at least she got a hand to it. And as we can see, of course, we've got two players, well, who will be treated very quickly. The one I think who I do believe has got a bit of a cramp, but well, the opposition's goalkeeper is down, and that's Olivia McDaniel. Just looking in on the action. Well, the girls will get a quick rehydration break while the players are being treated. Stay with us, don't go anywhere as we continue with our coverage of the MSIG Serenity Cup 2025. It is, well, the Philippines and Myanmar, well, playing a fairly intelligent game here. And let's find out what the result of it will be. Just a quick run back for some of our players, and that's the coach of Vietnam, Mai Duc Chung, and he'll be taking notes. He's a wonderful man, very, very wise, a very good strategist of what should happen on, well, the pitch. And he works with every player's, well, foremost or most natural skill worst. A throw taken by Oka. All said and done. We still have about, well, 17 minutes to go, to be precise. How these 28 minutes have gone by, well, that's been a bit difficult to tell. So anything close will always be, you know, taken in with open arms. So Chandler once again steps up to do the honors. Well, this is a lot different, but she's got the ability to deliver fairly well. Well, that's placed nicely, but turned away by the Myanmar defense. Straight back to the keeper, and she'll get it away. Well, just before Quesada can come close enough. Well, nowadays, one of the key things you must remember is a lot of players, well, do like to work at their throw-ins, especially if you look at the Philippines players, even in the men's under 23. Just trying to figure out what the referee was pointing to. It's all said and done. Well, we do have still, well, a stalemate affair till now. We've crossed the 30-minute mark. Which also reminds you there are no second chances after this game. Well, this one and the other game on at the Vietri Stadium on the same day of the group stage. Well, one of the, I think, important things to notice is the way that the coach has reworked it. Here's Winthun. Well, does get it past, and the referee's pointed to the spot. That's not going to work too well here for, well, the Philippines. Winthun rushing ahead, and contact there by the goalkeeper, Olivia McDaniel, as the Myanmar keeper, well, stumbles over. And that's the last thing you want to do in that area. So a chance here to put Myanmar ahead in this game. And Winthun has stepped up to take it. Remember, Myanmar have been one of the strong forces, well, in ASEAN football for some period of time. Can the captain, well, lead by example and put her team up by 1 goal ahead? And yes, she does. So Myanmar have got the lead as they lead 1-0. And it's the captain, Winthun. And I do believe the referee just having a quick conversation. Didn't really have to sweat for that one, just kept it fairly simple. So we definitely have a lot to, well, still catch up on with this game. This is not the only, well, moment that changes everything, or it might, who knows. Well, into space, but that's going to be intercepted, turned away very quickly by, well, Quinn. And that's Oka. Will restore it back to DeFazio. Janae DeFazio with the long pass. Was actually looking for Chandler. So just about 10 minutes shy of hitting the halftime here at the Lakchai Stadium. It's been 1 goal for the count so far. Philippines have also defended well, brought on a few attacks, but these 10 minutes will tell us a bit of a story. I'm not going to say the complete picture. Quick trot back there for, well, young Shinneman. It'll be a throw-in opportunity for Myanmar. And getting ready to swing her arm over this time, it's going to be, well, Mei Min. So all said and done, well, Philippines will still be searching for that equalizer. They need to get back restore parity as soon as they can. 8 minutes left. Well, that sea of red just not allowing those blue waters to sail through, and you know exactly what I mean. Once again, taking it forward here now. There might be a bit of a concern, but that flag has gone up, so the Philippines keeper can just about breathe easy for the time being. Interception once again by that Philippines back line. Well, straight off there, it's not going to worry, well, anyone too much, but I do believe you've got to take whatever shots you can. So let's remind you once again that this is the MSIG Serenity Cup Serenity Cup 2025. My name is Glenn Mascarenas, and I'm here to take you right through the end of the event, which will be next Tuesday. Currently, my good friend Natasha is covering the game at the VHG Stadium. And that's the Australia under-23 with the must-win, mission in mind, taking on Timor-Leste, who are currently playing them. Well, I do believe the Philippines still struggling to find a pathway through, and if you just kind of look at that pitch, you got about 9 or 10 players that are falling back, 9 to be precise, with the exception, I do believe, of Yukin, who stays up front more often. And with the sea of red around your goal area, it can be, very, very difficult. Straight back to keeper Myanmar. So Vietnam still looking for those long passes to try and set things up from the right flank. There may be a bit of a tussle here. There's a bit of a struggle, but at the end of the day, every opportunity counts, and that's something that we do know. We've touched the 40-minute mark, 41 minutes to be precise, and we are, of course, heading towards that 45. We will let you know how much of added time has been thrown in for stoppages. We've had just about 2 or 3, enough to count them on the palm of one hand, but nothing really detrimental or serious, which is a good thing. And that'll be picked up safely by the keeper. Well, I'm sure that, just as we get past the halftime, we're going to run you through the stats, and you'll see that there's been a bit of a shift. Because Vietnam, yesterday when they played, they pretty much controlled the game and possession. But today's game, if you look at the way that Myanmar is playing, it's very similar to that. The real reason they've been working the ball as best they could is to try and, avoid it, I do believe. That was a quick run. Just about earlier. So here we go, just about 3 minutes more to go. And I do believe the Philippines will want that equalizer before they can get into the break, because it does matter. Well, it does a lot of good for the morale more than anything else. Quick word on our coaches as well. Philippines the Philippines have had a very good coach. And so have Myanmar. Myanmar have got Tetsuro Uki. While the Philippines have got Mark Torcasno. It's a grueling couple of days, to look back at, especially the way that it's gone. Well, if you wanted to look at the progress of the teams, it's been even more, intriguing, because Myanmar defeated the Australia under-23 team 2-1. And then they got the better of Timor-Leste 3-0. Philippines, on the other hand, got past Timor-Leste with a commanding 7-0 win. But the Philippines fell to the Australian under-23 soon after. So Myanmar have been playing, well, a fairly attacking game, but they've been fairly safe as well. Their defense and well, one of the things is when you talk about it, the Philippines and Myanmar are still very much locked in battle here. Win Thun's goal still stands, and well, the defense will get it away. That's sent straight ahead. So just looking back at the Philippines results, well, they defeated Timor-Leste 7-0, went down 1-0 to Australia under-23. And today, as I mentioned, this Australia under-23 is locked in battle with well, Timor-Leste, and that's at the VHE Stadium. Here's Cinnamon. She was going for the ball, but happened to knock into well, the knee of the other player. So 3 minutes of added time is what we have. 3 minutes. And pretty much anything could happen within that time. So 3 minutes is always a good period within which to work. Well, some of the finest goals and equalizers have been scored 30 seconds before the finish of a period, or, you know, a half. So we have hit the 45 here. It's well, it's a bit somber here today. Yesterday, well, when Vietnam was playing Thailand, there was just a very small group of Thai supporters, but they had a drum and were they noisy. Totally loved it. But Vietnam had a sea of red, you know, blanketing across the whole stadium. Well, pretty much how that covered, I would believe. You know, she was just waiting there for it to come close to Shinman. Quite a strong player, does assist with defense and attack. Here's Win Thun. Well, it's almost like an itch for her, isn't it? Well, knowing her love to strike the ball, she cannot control it, needs to find a way through. Sometimes wisely, of course, we'll just pass it on to a teammate. Oh, this could be another threat here. That's a good stop put up there by Olivia McDaniels. Keeps that, well, threat away. It was a chance here. Well, as we saw very clearly for Yu Kin, well, the main striker for Myanmar, to find a way through. But well done there by the Philippines' last line of defense. Well, she's held that threat at bay. It's still 1-0 Myanmar. Oh, well placed there. Chandler finds the gap. That's pretty much closed down, and that sloppy defense, but that's picked up. And, well, Philippines persist. Wonderful play from the ladies in blue. Well, Chandler right behind it. Well, Shinman will have to let it go. So just a bit of confusion there in that Myanmar goal area, but Philippines bringing on the threat. Absolutely wonderful play there earlier from Tollington, who got in first. Well, Chandler trying to do her best. It's a wonderful player to watch. Absolutely talented. Very, well, I was going to say on the ball with the attack, but well, she's clued in. She's clued into what, well, the mission is right there. And that's halftime right here at the Lok Chai Stadium as, well, Myanmar take a slender lead into the break on the back of a goal scored, well, converted actually from the spot by Captain Win Thun. So it is, well, just a single goal that separates, you know, the teams on the pitch. We will be back after the break to take you through the rest of well, this match. But for now, it's time to take a breather. And it's also time to find out, well, what the plan from the Philippines will be when they get back on to the pitch later. But for now, let's remind you that it is, well, Vietnam is still in the driver's seat to a certain extent. So it's Philippines 0, Myanmar 1 at the end of the first half.
your own business, or even traveling the world with your loved ones. These are milestones for you to celebrate and cherish. But these milestones also need to be protected. That's why you should insure your properties and assets. Through BPI MS Express Protect, keep on winning in life. Protect your goals with BPI MS.
So welcome back to second half action right here at the Luck Choi Stadium. We are coming at you live from the heart of Hai Phong in Vietnam, and it's time to resume the battle that is on well, between the two teams. We've had a couple of changes for the Philippines. We've also had a change, well, 3 changes to be precise, for the Philippines, because Shinneman is out. We've got 3 new players on board, and that is, of course, Nina Mathalis, the number 7. We've got Adelaide Wazinski and Malio Cesar. Remember, it is Myanmar that took a single goal lead into the break. And as we get back into the action of the ASEAN Women's MSIG Serenity Cup 2025, well, as I said earlier, one of our last games in the group stage. The other one's being played at the VHE Stadium. That's the Australia under-23 that is up against Timor-Leste. And that's the sole goal scorer in the game, Winton, the captain of Myanmar. And just awaiting, well, her chance to get started. It's Quesada. And if you can hear that cheer, well, it's well, the Philippines cheer squad, which is well, family and friends. They've you know, come out. They're a very, very spirited, loud bunch. So there we go. Malia Cesar has come in for Shinneman. Adelaide Wazinski has come in.
Isabel Lambo, replaced by player 7, Nina Mathalis. Đội tuyển nữ quốc gia Philippines có sự thay đổi người. Cầu thủ số 4, Chariza Lemoran rời sân. Cầu thủ số 23, Adelaide Wazinski vào sân. Cầu thủ số 9, Alia Shima.
So Alamo has been replaced by Nina Mathalis.
Vào sân. Cầu thủ số 21, Isabel Alamo rời sân. Cầu thủ số 7, Nina Mathalis vào sân.
I did see, well, Mr. Mathalis, that is Nina's dad. Well, he's, well, in the stands, very close to where I am. And, very strong support from a family for a lot of the, well, girls who are on the pitch. And that's a good thing. It's always a good thing. One of the key players, of course, in this squad would have to be the captain, Hallie Long, the number 5. She's the most capped player for the Philippines. I think close to about 93 odd appearances, and that's a very, very good effort. Will be stopped there by Myo Mien. Well, straight off Azumi. Azumi Oka just taking the sting out of that ball a while back. I think the ladies in blue have very clearly come with the intention of restoring parity. They want to win this game. Right at the other end, well, Yu Kin will lose his possession there as DeFazio pulls it away just in time. Myo Mien will step out of position to knock that through. And I was just saying this a while back, you know, if you have to go back and look at a couple of the players in the team, well, for the Philippines, the most capped player, of course, is Hallie Long. She is a native of Missouri. She was born in Missouri, United States. 93 appearances for the Philippines with 20 goals since 2016 when she was drafted into this team following a training camp that she attended during a qualification game for one of the tournaments in Asia. She had scored a hat-trick as well. Plays currently for Club Kaya Iloilo. Cesar just came in off the bench the second period. Through an opportunity for Myanmar. Myanmar no spring chickens. They won this tournament twice. They won the inaugural event in 2004 and then backed it up in 2007 as well with another win. That's 2 championships in the bag. Well, taking the throw on there was Mimian. Through an opportunity for the Philippines. Wazinski, well, just getting behind it. Here's Wuntun. Does weave a way through. That's a bit of a speedy pass, a bit too fast, and that's the Vietnam women's national coach, Mai Duk Chung. He is, as I said, he's probably the oldest coach. He's currently in his 70s. He was the oldest coach in, the Women's World Cup in 2023, if I'm not mistaken. But he's an absolutely fit man. He's probably more fit than I am, and very, very sharp with his thinking. He's done a lot of good work, and the Vietnam women's team, of course, the Golden Star Warriors, they're an absolutely enthusiastic bunch. Did have them sitting right in front of me in the early part of the game. They were just catching the action, watching the contest, because if they are going to face, well, they topped Group A, and it depends on who they're going to face in the next contest. So just getting a view. It's the right thing to do. Bit of a loose-ended well pass. It'll go straight over the target. Don't know whether she was going for goal or whether she was trying to set it up, and that was Santho. Well, Azumi just chasing it down for the time being. That's pulled away right in time there by Lin U. Lin Thun with the back heel. Philippines do get the benefit of the doubt, and Halley just will restart the action. Well, just a reminder that this is the MSIG Serenity Cup 2025. We are coming at you live from the Luk Chai Stadium in Haiphong. My name is Glenn Mascarenas, and I'm here to take you through the end, right to the end of this game, as well as to the end of the tournament. Here's Azumi Oka. Oka needs a helping hand, and who better to get it to? Well, Myo Mien has just about got it covered, so no worries here. Tollington really hasn't had too much of time with the ball, but she's been sharp on the front. Cesar just aiding her goalkeeper, and that's Olivia McDaniels. Well, her sister was very, very active in the first 45. That's Chandler. Ellie Long just helping out. Well, just a bit of confusion there. Quesada almost tangled up there in that move. Here's Tollington. Tollington holding on to it, but just for a tad bit. It's pulled away by Santho. Here's Halley back again. Brzezinski. Oh, that's Cesar, sorry. It's back to Cesar. Slip it through to Halley Long, who'll get it back to goalkeeper McDaniels. And we've got a change coming on for, well, Myanmar.
Player number 8, Santho.
So Santho will be replaced by Shui Thun. So Santho replaced by Shui Thun. Fresh pair of feet will always mean a bit more energy. And Tollington, I think, just took the whip out of that clash there. Just watching, well, Azumi Yoka. She's a fairly tall girl. Does cover a good bit of ground. Tollington. Here's Halley Long. And it'll go straight back to Winthun, who'll rally the troops there. Well, almost an easy pass to Yu Kin. I do believe that was Shui Thun. Who would have been happy to, well, help out. Straight back to Nyo Mien. Gets it to, well, Zun U. Was Pure Win to get it to the left well flank. The clearance there. I think DeFazio's got it covered for the time being. Another unassuming well defender, Janae DeFazio. Very, very easy, calm demeanor. Well, did catch her, you know, talking to her teammates before, well, getting to the stadium, and she was, well, she's just a cool customer, but absolutely, well, focused with her task on the pitch. She's been able to keep off a couple of threats here. Throw an opportunity for Myanmar. Trying to move that away was, well, McDaniel. That's Chandler McDaniel in the danger area. Well, Myanmar definitely have, well, that hunger for another goal. It'll have to be seen how the ladies in blue defended. It was Philippines who had the first shot on goal in the second period, though. And that pretty much tells us they've definitely got a plan in mind. That's quickly sent ahead by Wazinski. Here's Chandler. Might be something in here for, well, Myanmar as well. Winton comes in from the right. Got Azumi on a tail. And that ball did sail out, so I do believe it's going to go the way of Philippines. Winton. Azumi taking the throw-in. Straight pass back from Quesada. Sumioka. Myanmar snatch possession once again. Straight back to Myo Mien, the goalkeeper. Well, good interception there by Sumioka, but it's pulled away back again. Well, the ladies in red also doing their bit. Winthun rushing ahead. She will have a bit of helping hand from the left, and that's just a misstep and smartly pulled away by Janae DeFazio. Well, Cesar just giving her a helping hand. Well, the pace of that game's just gone up a tad bit in this period of play. It was rather, well, steady when we first started off, but not anymore. There's been a quick exchange of the ball of well, both teams really gunning for it. Well intercepted once again by Sumioka. Does man that left area extremely well. DeFazio slipping it back to Cesar. So Myanmar do get a touch of that ball, which means Tollington will await that throw-in to be taken by Azumi. Straight off to Quesada. Sumioka. Well, to try to set that up. It's Passion. Just looking for Wazinski. Well, just a bit of a collision there, but Nina Mathalis, well, throwing herself into that action. Aloka will take the throw-in. And well, referee Asker has just moved out to, well, the Myanmar side just to speak to the coaching staff. So, I do believe the Philippines coaching staff just making sure that the throw-in was granted to Philippines, which is the right call. It's Halley who will take the throw-in. Well, that's into the goal area. Myanmar will fail to clear that, but finally do get it away. Passion trying to restore it. I think Olivia McDaniel will have it covered. She stepped right out of his zone. That's a good long ball in. Tollington chasing it down. Manages to get to it just in time. But well, the flag did go up. So an offside call. Tollington will have to rush back. Pacey customer. Let's sprint for that. So no change in the scoreline as Myanmar will still hold on to that slender lead that they gained in that first period of play. Just a quick turn there. Passion fighting for it. It's pulled away just in time, and it's Sweethun. Good interception by Halley. And it's straight back to the Myanmar defense. Getting right in on it now was Pyo Win. Here's Winthun, the captain. He's got that into space and, well, just missing out on it entirely. do believe there was a chance for, well, Yukin to get to it. That's good defensive work by Hallie Long. That ball's going to, well, move into, I won't say no man's land, I'm going to say no woman's land. And I do believe Olivia McDaniel can just breathe easy for the time being. Well, we talked about the Philippines team and, you know, cap players and more importantly, top scorers. Well, it's also important to look at, well, what Myanmar have done. So for Myanmar, well, the most cap player, of course, is Kin Mo Vai. And the top scorer for Myanmar is Win Thun, the captain. 30 years old now, has played 73 games and scored 69 goals. She scored today as well, so she's got, well, she's almost on 100% strike rate if you think about it. That's a very, very high average, actually. And she's a very interesting player because she's played for clubs in Myanmar, India and Thailand. And currently she plays for Sabah FA in Malaysia. So quite the talent, the captain of Myanmar. Here's Nina Mathalis. That's pulled away. Myanmar will do just enough, but Azumi Oka's got it covered at this end. Flips it back to Passion. Passion needs a bit of a helping hand, and DeFazio might just be the right one. DeFazio trying to get it into the box, but that's turned away just in time. Pio Win to the rescue. So a lot, of course, well, has transpired. 52% possession for Philippines versus 48 for Myanmar. 7 attempts on goal versus 8 for Myanmar. 2 on target for the Philippines. Myanmar have been, well, haven't been the most attacking team either, but they've done, well, just a tad bit more in terms of the accuracy factor and, you know, being right out there in front of the goal, and that's pulled away once again. And that's exactly what I was, well, talking about. It's been quick action from them. It was Kim Thun. Kim Thun still taking it through, decides to get it to Win Thun, who's on the right flank. And Win Thun will definitely have a plan in mind. Just right out there in front of the goal, and I do believe that Olivia McDaniel, well, would have hurt herself. And it's a caution handed out there to, well, why? It was, well, no why. And that's what transpired. She did kick, and I think that, well, physical contact. Good call by the referee as well. But I do believe that, and McDaniel just getting a knock there. I think to, well, the midsection. I think that's the reason why, well, DeFazio was just enraged about that. And so was, well, the other defenders. So it looks like we are going to have a change here.
Substitution for
JC DeFazio comes in for Dionessa Tollington.
Replaced by player number 14, JC DeFazio.
So you've got both the DeFazio siblings now, well, on the pitch. So Tollington replaced there by JC DeFazio. Well, she's the younger of the two DeFazio siblings. And Olivia McDaniel will just get a helping hand there from her physio and the medics. And that's Norway, who received a caution. Well, to be fair, one of the things that I'm going to say is goalkeepers do get a lot of, well, collisions, which, you know, normally go unseen. And we've had some disastrous, well, accidents on the international stage. And very often, you know, head injuries. And that's because strikers and, you know, attacking midfielders would kick out at the last minute to try and get that ball in. It may not be intentional, but sometimes you just got to be careful because that's still considered dangerous play, just as in this case. So McDaniel's back up and about, and the game, of course, has resumed. Let's not forget that we've got a little bit more than 20 minutes left. There will be a bit of added time for stoppages as well, but the Philippines will have to take this into account and dig deep because, well, much does rest on the result of this game. And also going to keep you in the loop about what's happening in the other game where Australia under 23 are facing Timor-Leste, because if Australia under 23, well, win that game, they might just be able to pip Philippines to that spot. So it's very, very important at this point of time that the Philippines, well, do put in, well, their best effort. But let's find out, you know, how this will turn out, because you've still got a bit of time. Don't forget, well, the Filipinas are still the defending champions, and they played one heck of a tournament in 2022. So you can't write them off, but there's always the danger of being ejected out of this contest, and Myanmar might just be the ones responsible for that. So how the Philippines got, well, the depth to take on the ladies in red? Oh, for sure they do. But it all boils down to that particular day. And that's just a thrill of sport. It's, you know, that's a part and parcel of it. So currently Australia and well, that's going to go in, and that's the equalizer. Did she get a touch of it? It looks like Mathalis may have had a touch, but it's 1-1 and Philippines are back in business here. Oh, that's a much needed goal. So Nina Mathalis, well, did come off the bench. And that's a dad in the stands, as you can see. He's a happy camper. So Nina Mathalis, right place at the right time and right touch of the ball. It's 1-1 back again. So this game has certainly picked up. And we're back to square one. Well, a lovely delivery into the box. It needed a bit of guidance, and I think just doing enough. So that is so important. Yes, pure win, of course. Lovely setup there. It looks like it was Wyszynski with the assist. Absolutely beautiful delivery into the goal area. So 71 minutes. The Philippines back in business. And very smart to bring on Nina Mathalis in this part of the game. Got to credit, well, the coach. And that's Mark Gabriel Torcaso. He's another very, very, well, interesting gentleman. Winton gets ahead, and this could be a dangerous moment for the Philippines. She's still with it. Oh, I think that's just a step too many, and three ladies in blue now on a tail. And that's a good clearance there. Hallie Long gets behind it, so Winton, a step too many would have just cost her that. Well, she did allow three of the opposition to get settled into a strong defensive position. And here's how it panned out. Cesar first. Then, of course, you had Okan, you had Hallie Long as well. Just getting caught up there in the moment. It's going to be a corner opportunity for, well, Myanmar. And it's Pio Win who'll take it. Well, did get a foot to the ball, but that's picked up safely by Olivia McDaniel. So no worries here for the Philippines for the time being. So interesting turn of events. Was just I'm all for it. It's one of the joys you get about covering a game like this. You always get to sit in a neutral seat, and I'm all for a fight to the finish. Just never a fan of a one-sided affair. And we've got Haliang who's willing, who's going to come on as well. That's the number 21. Philippines now in attack mode, and that's been good for them. Chandler unable to guide that home, but that goal would have definitely boosted well, the spirits of the ladies in blue. So Yukin will come off. And Yun Haliang will come on for Yukin. Clearance there by the Philippines captain. He's been very active in that area. Well, just to bring, you know, the team back into the game, I think, you know, Mathalis has done well. Just to keep you in the loop about the other game in Group B, Australia under-23 lead 7-0 over Timor-Leste. So it's an interesting one at the VHE Stadium as well. And that's going to tell us a bit of a story, because currently Australia under-23, well, are still, well, very much locked in with the Philippines. But the fact that the Philippines cannot afford to finish with a draw, they've got to finish with a win here today. And that's going to be very, very important. Because if Australia under-23 finish with a win, they'll have 6 points in the bag. And I think that would be foremost on the minds of the ladies in blue. Here's Hallie Long. Has a bit of obstruction, overcomes that easy. Well, we'll try and get this through. It's been a good solo run from her. And throw an opportunity there for the Philippines. Well, even as, well, Haliang, well, did get close enough. Here's Winthun. Just restoring it back. And a quick move there from Kim Thun. She does have Haliang there for support now. But that's turned out fairly easy. Cesar to the rescue. Here's Quesada. Off to Passion. Well, Mathalis. Brzezinski. Chandler, well, gets ahead, but that's picked up safely by Mio Mien. Almost a clash of heads there between Oka and Haliang. And it's Lin U who'll take the throw-in. Was pulled away by Quesada. And I do believe just a bit of a knock there from, well, Passion. I think she was just caught up there between two players. So, well, Kim Thun will be back up and about. And it's, well, Pio who takes, Pio Win who took the, well, free kick. Winthun missing out on an opportunity. Well-traveled player. Don't have too many players from Myanmar who've really traveled the length and breadth of the continent. Well, at least she's traveled South Asia, Southeast Asia. She played in Kerala in India. She also played for the Odisha team. She's played in Thailand as well, and yeah, currently based for Sabah FA in Malaysia. She's a prolific scorer. The clearance, and that's the way you do it when you have to clear it. It's been a very active time here for, well, the Philippines. It was Azumi Oka, well, who did send that ball back into the opposition's half. Was just looking at, well, coach Mark Gabriel Tarasco. Well, he's Australian. He was the inaugural coach of the Western United in the A-League Women. Also A-League Women Coach of the Year for the season 2022-23. He's quite an amazing lad. He's been with the Philippines, well, women's team since 2023. He's also the assistant coach for the Philippine women's futsal team from 2025. And he's done a lot of good work with the Philippines. So you got a good bunch of talent, but talent always requires guidance, and guidance means a good coach. I'd say the same about Tetsuro Uki and what he's done with the Myanmar women's team. So the Myanmar coach is a former J-League centre-back. I had the joy, of course, watching him in action. 379 club appearances with 8 goals for clubs like Omiya Dija, Oita Trinita, Yokohama F. Marinos, and JF United Ichihara. Also Montedio Yamagata and FC Korea. The reason why I'm telling you about those clubs is because his first coaching opportunity came with the club FC Korea, which was his last club he coached. He's managed, well, Katala Toyama in Japan, and then he's been in charge of the Myanmar women's team since 2023. There's a lot of Japanese coaches, of course, you know, in Southeast Asia, and if you notice, if you kind of look at the teams, you'll begin to understand there's a lot of that Japanese style of attacking play in there. Now that's pulled away rather quickly. Quick run there from Haliang. Well, we'll have a bit of obstruction, no doubt about it. She's got Cesar, well, right behind her. Does try to set that up, but that will be cleared before the opposition can get to it. But a throw-in opportunity will always serve the team well. And Passion too has been a, well, terrific mover. Well, McDaniel's come right out to take the kick. And I think that the Philippines understand it's really about the time. We passed 81 minutes here, and it's so important because time waits for no one, and that's cliche to say it, but that's just how it works. And that glance, we won't find the target, but I think well, Helly Long just putting in a best there for her team. A very focused footballer. She's come up the ranks right from her days in Missouri, you know, playing for high school and then college, and well, she's always been a regular starter in the teams that she's been in, so she really is an excellent talent to have in the squad. She's got a lot of national pride here, and she does play with that. Throw in taken by Azumi Oka. Well, Quesada did take the tumble, but that wasn't viewed as a foul. So, well, the officials in our tournament have been very sharp. I'm going to say that. And, well, just as I get to talk, you've got to understand the officials, of course, do their job. And it's not easy. It takes a lot. I've always called them the unsung heroes, like a referee Asker of Uzbekistan, who's on the pitch right now with his team. You will see the referee, especially the main referee and the 2 assistants, warming up before the game, warming up on the day of training, where the teams train as well. You'll see them doing the rounds of the entire ground. It's not an easy job. You got to stay fit. You got to stay sharp. Oh, that's quickly turned away. Living life dangerously there. The last line of defense of Myanmar. And Chandler getting dangerously close to Mien. The Philippines have got to avoid a draw at all costs. Interestingly, this is the 7th meeting between the Philippines and Myanmar, and if they finish with this result or with a win, it'll be the first time ever in those 7 meetings. Because on 6 previous occasions in the ASEAN Women's Championship, it has been the ladies in red who have won those encounters, dating all the way back to 2011. Here's Oka. Azumi Oka, but that's well intercepted there by the Myanmar defense. Kim Thun, along with Win Thun, and Heli Long will just get that ball out of harm's way before DeFazio sends it forward. Well, Chandler right behind it. Oh, that was, sorry, Quesada. And Holiang only meets with the feet of Azumi Oka. 84 minutes in. Well, remember, the battle really today is not about fighting Myanmar. It's about fighting to stay in this contest and about, well, sealing your seat or your berth in the penultimate stage of the MSIG Serenity Cup 2025. Well, this is Southeast Asia's or the ASEAN's finest, well, women's contest. And every team would love to win it, whoever is a part of it. Well, in this, well, year, and now, well, Nina Mathalis was trying to provide. And Oka pulls it away before, well, Haliang can get to it. Set this earlier, Azumi Oka, she's great with interception. Great with getting that ball away. Quick enough clearance there. And it was Lin U. Was just sliding to get that ball out of play. Well, don't put anything past the ladies in red as well. They just maybe a smaller size on the pitch. They are one gutsy bunch. They've got just oodles of stamina. Well, this could be a very good opportunity for the Philippines. Well, just turned out for the time being. So 3 attempts on target out of 10 attempts on goal for Myanmar. The same for the Philippines. 51% possession for the Philippines as compared to 49% for Myanmar. Well, just that 1% difference. So it's been a very well-balanced affair if you actually look at that. Well, you know, attempt for attempt. 10 attempts, 3 on target for both teams. And 1 goal each. And I do believe Win Thun's asking for a change. Well, it's one of the interesting things when you look at a couple of, you know, footballers, especially the captains. They can ask for a change when they feel that they are not at 100% on the pitch at that point of time. And, you know, another player might make the difference. And I do believe that that is the issue for Win Thun, which is why she asked for a change. Her movements had slowed down quite a bit. And I think that that's why she was asking for that change. We did see that earlier. So, and that's what I was saying. If players will have an issue, and that's when they're going to. So definitely not a delaying tactic. And we've got a change coming on for her. I think she'd recognize that early, and that's the, well, goal that she scored to put Myanmar ahead, converted from the spot. She was sensing an issue earlier. So Win Thun comes out. And coming on for her, it's going to be Mai Thet Lu. So Mai Thet Lu has come in for her. And she's a sprightly one. Well, that's what happens when you get players off the bench. They come zooming in. They know that there's a little bit of time left, and sometimes players can make a big impact. We all know that. So it's been a very, very good contest here today. Definitely, I wasn't expecting a one-sided affair, and it wasn't. It's been a very, very well-balanced affair. And I think one of the things that the Philippines will have to consider is the fact that, well, they've got to win this, regardless of anything. Here's Mathalis. Because as I said, if the Australia under-23 win their tournament, they will sail through to the semi-finals along with Myanmar, who already have 6 points in the bag. But the Philippines need to win this. And then, of course, we'll leave it to the experts to do the math. There's always head-to-head. There's always goal difference. There's so many things taken into account for each and every contest. But that's beside the point. What's really important is the Filipinos have a little bit of time left to carve their destiny in 2025. This is their sophomore tournament because they did win the previous one. Well, Mathalis does get a touch of the ball, just trying to hold that in. Well, she's a good player, the number 7. It's quite a joy to watch her on the pitch. And here we have 5 minutes of added time, and that's got to be the only lease of life. Holiang, well, gets ahead. Out of position there, McDaniel, and McDaniel defends. Wonderfully done there. A bit of damage control from Olivia McDaniel, but she's well able to keep that threat away, not once but twice. So Holiang denied. A wonderful work being done here by the last line of defense for the Philippines. Not just once, but twice, and well, she did have a bit of helping hand. It was Oka to back her up on that. So well done. Azumi Oka. Also stellar performance from the number 3 today. There did get a foot to that ball. Just a quick run from Holiang. You've got to hand it to her. Absolutely pacey run from her. And I do believe it was a bit of a, well, a worry for, well, the number 6. And she's going to get a bit of a helping hand, and that is No Owai. Did receive a caution earlier in, well, the event too, in the match. But I just have to credit, well, I always say give credit where credit is due, and that was absolutely fantastic run that we saw earlier from, well, Yun Haliang. Well, Chandler just trying to make a difference here. Through an opportunity, well, taken there by, well, DeFazio. And Myanmar will win the benefit of that call. Well, do keep in mind the fact, once again, just a reminder that if the scoreline remains unchanged, well, the defending champions will be out of this contest and on the next flight home. Because just looking at, well, the current, well, scores, well, it will matter as to how they finish. Philippines and Myanmar currently stuck at 1-1. Australia lead Timor-Leste 9-0 with, well, they also have moved into added time. Got 3 minutes of added time there. We've got 5 here. And we do have a player down. Looks like it's a bit of a worry to the back. Just trying to figure out if that's Piupe. No, it's not. It's actually Sweethun. And I think that's what happened. Well, Sweethun just colliding there with well, Chandler McDaniel. And there's Piupe. Does get that ball away. I think DeFazio will just cut the sting of that bounce a little bit. Myanmar will be very eager to just play this out, because even if they finish with a draw, they'll still finish top of Group B, which will mean it'll give them 7 points in all. That's 2 wins and a draw. But if they win it, it would be 9. And the captain, of course, well, Halley Long will try and inspire a team. Here's Mathalis who gets it ahead. A very quick run that we're looking at. Wyszynski, well, into the goal area. But Myanmar have got it covered. Have 4 now. Referee Asker did catch him while glancing at his watch a while back. We have had, well, a stop in at a time too. And that's when, well, Sweethun was being attended to. I think she had a slight bit of a worry, a bit of a knock to the back. Chandler McDaniel just drops by to say hello, and Myo Mien says, well, the ball's safe with me. And referee Asker, well, just awaiting the call. There is still a little bit of time left. And Olivia McDaniel will take, well, the kick. She's right at the half line. Philippines know that this is a do or die. This could be the last bit of action. The last throw off the dice. They're turned away for the time being. And I do believe we've got another player down, and this time, well, it is Mai Min. And referee Asker, well, just saying, well, can we move to the side and, you know, have attended to? I think her teammates just helping her up, because, well, the Philippines will just have an opportunity here, a corner opportunity, and this could work well for them. It's, well, Chandler who'll take it. Big rush there. Wyszynski, well, tries to pop that in, but it's full time. And it's ended even Stevens here, a game of 2 halves, with a goal for Myanmar. Well, a conversion from the spot by Captain Winthun in the first period, and then, well, Nina Mathalis, well, salvaging pride for her team as she found the target in the second period. So it's pretty much, well, ended in a stalemate, but all said and done, Myanmar finished at the top of Group B with 7 points in the bag, and Australia under 23 who definitely won their game against well, Timor-Leste will join, well, Myanmar in the next stage of the contest. So here's what we have. We've got, well, Vietnam, Thailand, Myanmar, and Australia under 23. And these are our 4 semi-finalists. It will be interesting to see who makes it through to the finale, and it will be even more interesting to see who, well, caps it off. So, final score here, it is, well, Philippines 1, Myanmar 1. There we have it, the final score. Philippines 1, Myanmar 1. Time for me to shut shop and ship out of here. I'll be back with you for the semi-finals in 2 days from now.
Okay, congratulations that your team finished first place of Group B and you go to semi-final. What's your feeling when you score the goal, the opening goal, and about the group stage?
Very happy because we are group E, very difficult group. So now we go to semi-final. So very happy. I proud of my team. I proud of my country for my also step.
Okay, so in the semi-final, Myanmar will face Thailand. So do you strongly believe that you and your team will overcome Thailand to get to the final match?
I very strongly believe in my team. We can go to final. So we can fight for.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for taking part in this interview.
Yes.
Philippine team is the defending champion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you have to stop at the group stage. What's your feeling?
Obviously, we're disappointed as we are the reigning champions. I mean, I believe that we worked very hard. Everyone put their hearts and bodies on the line. It just wasn't the outcome we wanted. But I do believe from this, we'll learn and grow and come back even stronger.
Okay, so how do you comment on the performance of you and your team today?
Yeah, I mean, me as a young player, I'm going on the field for energy and to learn and grow, but to also make an impact on the field and for my team. Because, you know, for games like this, these are important games, and so we want to put our best foot on the line, so that's what I try to do.
Yeah, the final question. Do you think that the Philippine national football team today deserve to win?
I think that we worked very hard. We all put our bodies and hearts on the line, and I believe that it wasn't the outcome we wanted, but I do think we did a really great job.
Okay, thank you so much, and hope that you will come back stronger in the next tournament.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, it's going to be an interesting one here as Myanmar and Philippines clash. Philippines have got to win this to qualify for the next stage of the tournament. Remember, they are defending champions, well, up against Myanmar, who already qualified for the penultimate stage. This will be a very, very important battle. And here's, well, Winthun. Just a trickle forward as Olivia McDaniel has it covered. Well, the captain leads with the first effort. Myanmar still very much in attack mode. That's turned away there by DeFazio. And that's going to go away from the target. Not the smartest bit of play, but Myanmar just trying to keep that pressure on with the attack. And it was Pio Win. So Pio Win earlier, and that's the first shot from Australia on goal. Just living life dangerously here, the Myanmar defense. Here's Chandler, takes the corner. Couldn't get right behind it. Shinneman. And McDaniel will have that covered. Well, a stitch in time from the Philippines goalkeeper. Well saved. Here goes Winton back again. That's a quick run into the box. Oh, that looks like it's a bit of disaster. Olivia McDaniel sticks the foot out, and the referee's pointed to the spot as the captain of Myanmar is brought down in the box. And that's going to be, well, just a tad bit. That's going to be a tad bit unfortunate, I was going to say. And here's Winton, keeps it straight, keeps it simple. And Myanmar have got the lead. It's 1-0. Well, she's the most prolific scorer for Myanmar. Almost has a 100% record. If I'm not mistaken, that's 69 goals now for her country. Quick pass there. It's been very quick. The pace of the game has certainly changed quite a bit. Just giving herself enough of room, and that was Yukin. Stopped by McDaniel. There could be something in here. As Kim Thun takes it forward, here's Yukin. And she was stopped in her tracks. Well, that's a shot on goal that could have found its way to, but Tollington will be kept away, and so will Chandler. So Myo Mien does very well here. That's another save here from Myo Mien. Here's Quesada. Quesada with the strike. Myo Mien says, I've got it covered, ladies. Tollington. Oh, well directed, safe into the waiting arms of Myo Mien. Here's Oka, Zumi Oka, finding Tollington. And Tollington, of course, kept away. So a few opportunities on goal here. It's Winthun still very much with it. Excellent delivery from the outside. And I think McDaniel, well, it's just taken a bit of a knock. It looks like it was Norway who was rushing in. I think that might just result in her getting a caution. Well, that's a bit of a knock to the Philippines goalkeeper. Straight to the midriff. Up in the air, here's Mathalus! And Nina Mathalus has just put the Philippines back into business here. It certainly was, well, a smart decision to bring her on in that second period of play. Lovely setup there. Great delivery from Wyszynski. Mathalus, right place at the right time, and just a gentle touch. It's 1-1 now. Well, Philippines will need to win this game, but Winthun and the ladies in red will have been relentless in pursuit of a second goal. A step too many there from the captain of Myanmar. She's allowed 3 of the ladies from the opposition to get in. From the outside. Might be opportunities galore, but Chandler unable to guide that home. Here's Quesada. Was a lovely setup from Wyszynski. Second excellent delivery from her. And that'll be misguided as well. Hallie Long unable to guide that ball home. Oh, that's a very good stop there by Olivia McDaniel, and Azumi Oka, well, backing her up. So Holiang denied. Holiang, well, twice. Was really quick on the ball there. Decided to knock that in. Also went in straight for the rebound, but Oka had it covered, so Philippines do will escape the blushes here. Straight into the goal area. Hallie Long. Wyszynski gets to it, but that's going to go past the near post. Chandler to take the corner. A bit of a scramble there in that area, and that's what happened. Wyszynski will just got to the ball in time. So it's pretty much ended with Myanmar sailing through with, after winning Group B with 7 points. Philippines, of course, will be back for the next tournament. So the defending champions will have exited the tournament. And at the other end of, well, the contest, Australia have won their game against Timor-Leste. So they will join Myanmar in the semi-finals. But right here at the Lok Chai Stadium, in the last group stage, well, day, and in Group B, it is a game that has ended as a game of two halves. Well, Wintun scoring in the first half, and Philippines getting their equalizer.